This is the Running Channel podcast with me, Princess Snarky. Over here, we've got Rick Kelsey trying to look cool in a hat, and Andy's away this week. So instead, we've got Owen, our producer. We've dragged him out from behind the cameras and we've stuck him in front of the microphone, and I've never seen him look so uncomfortable in his whole entire life. But I wanted to start off because over the weekend, I listened to our TRC Meets episode with Ross Noble, and I have some thoughts, so let's get into it.
Let's get into it, Miss Snarky Pants.
Let's do it.
I can't believe I love Ross Noble.
Yeah.
And I listened to you and Andy doing a wonderful job of interviewing him.
Didn't he call you Miss Snarkiness?
Princess Snarky.
Princess Snarky. I think that's even better than Miss Snarky Pants.
I'm wondering whether I should change my name now or...
He's not wrong though, is he?
Oh, Owen.
He was gutted you weren't here, Sarah, actually.
I know, I was quite chuffed that he missed me.
If you haven't listened to it, it's probably 2 pods back
Yeah.
from this one.
Yeah, but we've got some cracking guests lined up for the rest of the year as well.
Yeah, Kev Simfield's coming in soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
exciting.
doing a massive challenge at the moment up and down the country. And yeah, we met Prav Patel last week as well, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely incredible story and a very, very interesting chat. So.
Yeah, I mean, mind blown
I
by
think
his story.
Kevin Sinfield just can't wait. He's an absolute giant of a man, so I think just can't wait to meet.
Yeah, you
Are you going to stand on a little box on that day?
Are you going to take her seat for this one?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'll be there fanboying.
So for people who don't know you, Owen, should we give a little description as to what you're like?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
I'm interested to hear this.
Owen's really fast at running and he's really short. And he's also was buzzing when he joined the running channel because he's the same shoe size as me and Jess.
That's just out in the world now,
and he
is it?
sits next to me and Jess. So whenever we get a pair of shoes come in, we just see Owen's little head
What size
pop
shoe
out
are you?
from over the desk.
You do not need to know that, Rick.
Are you 6?
Hey, look at it this way.
Are UK 6?
Either me and Jess have massive feet or Owen has tiny little feet.
I think Sarah's a 6.
No, I'm not.
7?
Yeah.
Right, okay. 7.
7.5 on a good day.
That is magnificent.
But you're also an incredible runner, and right now you are training for your first ultra?
Yeah, first ultra. So that's on the 8th of December. It's the Hurtwood 50k. So it was actually James from the Running Channel who recommended it to me for like my first ultra because I fancied a bit of a challenge. So training for that, which is running distances that I've not run in a long time. So it's quite hard.
Nice. How's the training been?
Yeah, pretty good. I think obviously living in, well, Rick thinks otherwise, but I live in London, so hills aren't really on my doorstep. So I'm having to go to kind of the North Downs way and kind of try and find some trails.
Have you done an ultra before? No, this is your first one.
I've done 2 marathons.
And how far is it?
50k.
Right.
Yeah. So it's only 8k more than a marathon,
Rick's
right?
face, he just can't compute how far that is.
And is this manageable? Is this going to work?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Do you think you'll finish it?
I think so.
How long will that take?
I'm aiming for
20 questions with Owen.
I'm aiming for under 6 hours.
How much food do you have to take on with you?
Well, I'm going to take a load of gels and bars, but they have.
You're going to take gels on an ultra?
Yeah.
Will you be running the whole time?
No.
Do you think this is fun?
I'm questioning.
Have you lost your mind? Yeah. Why are you not running less far?
Yeah, I'm questioning my decisions now because, like, I did a 40k training run last weekend.
Are you in good
40k.
shape?
Yeah, I think so. But I copied my Achilles.
Do you even lift?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Owen's a little gym bunny. There's a lot of laughs going on in the office.
Do you split your S&C 50-50 with your running?
No.
What do you do?
I think
all lifting.
All lifting.
All lifting.
Lifting, breakfast, lunch and dinner, you know?
Right.
Nice.
I try and split it evenly, but I think I end up running a bit more.
How many miles do you run a week?
So at the minute, it's about 50k a week.
Right. Do you have any injuries?
The interrogation that's going on.
It is hot in here, isn't it, Rick? Have I gone pink as well?
There was a comment last week saying, what kind of filter do you use on Rick's lens compared to Sarah and Andy's? Because it's not natural to be that pink. Are you unwell? Well, I did have my blood pressure checked this week, 120/80.
Wow, perfect.
Hakuna
But your
Matata.
face does match your red shoes right
Yes,
now.
yeah.
Do you know what I did do yesterday though? So when I had a chat with Sarah about maybe coming on today,
Oh yeah.
I tried a face skincare routine.
Oh, you did it. You
And I
did give yourself
Rick
a
would be
mask.
proud here. I used serum. I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what it is, but I used it.
Hyaluronic acid. Serum.
Serum.
Was it what was it? Brightening?
Oh, luminosity serum.
Was it a luminosity serum?
My housemate's girlfriend said, "Right, I'll sort you out." She said, "I'll tell you what to do."
Sort you out with some luminosity
Yeah.
serum.
So-
I feel like we've grilled him. We've properly grilled him.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Right.
Elaine.
Thank you.
How's your running been this week, Sarah?
Mine has been, it's been okay. I'm definitely still preferring the gym because I just feel like I'm making more progress with that. Whereas
how's your
running,
injury?
it's okay. I'm going to go back to the physio this week because my Achilles feels so much better.
Yeah.
However, I have got a little confession to make.
Oh yeah.
So before I went and saw the physio for this Achilles issue, do you remember on the podcast a few weeks ago, Andy was like, honestly, Sarah, you just don't tie your shoes up tight enough.
You don't.
I don't. Like right now I could slip my foot out. So before I went to see the physio, I was like, maybe I haven't hurt my Achilles. Maybe I just don't do my shoes up tight enough. And I'm someone who takes advice very literally. So I did my shoes up tighter, ran, absolutely pain-free. And then I was like, I fixed it. So on the last run that I did before my Achilles like really played up and I went and saw the physio and got my exercises, I did my shoes up so tight because I was like, this is the answer.
To the point that it was
And I did-
problematic.
Yeah, and I
Losing
did my shoes up
circulation.
so tight
Yeah.
that I had what I thought was a bruise on the outer side of my right foot, on the same foot that I have this problem.
I know you did.
Yeah, so I went
Yeah.
to the physio, I got my exercises, didn't mention it because I was just like, well, it's a bruise, it'll go.
Yeah.
Anyway, 3 weeks later, it's still quite painful. I can still feel it. So I'm going to go back to the physio this week to get my Achilles checked up to check whether that's all okay. And then I'm going to mention the fact that I hopefully haven't given myself some kind of worse injury.
This
by
physio's
to-
raking it in, isn't
Yeah, I
it?
was just saying, yeah.
Well, no, excitingly, I have just hit like 0 excess on my health insurance. So
Oh, well done,
I
you.
can go for free. I'm going to be rinsing this now.
Oh, by the way, we are doing running Would You Rather in today's episode. We haven't
Oh,
even
yeah.
said what we're doing.
Sorry. Yeah. Today's episode. I don't know from the title.
Yeah,
but
I don't
anyway,
know. Yeah, exactly.
so my running, I think I can now go back to doing speed work again because my Achilles absolutely fine. However, still getting a little bit of pain from this bruise and or everyone pray it's not something worse than that. So let's see what the physio says and I will report back next week.
All right, well, you're looking good, Nick.
Thank
Your
you.
Your pants are a bit dirty today.
Oh, it's because I start. Oh yeah, I've got a leaf. What's that?
Do you even wash?
I've got a leaf on my leg. It's because I cycled in. Do you want to know some exciting news though?
Go on.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, I have a question for both of you because you're both gym bunnies. So with running, I know I could tell you all of my PBs right now. I could reel them off. With the gym, how do you track all of your PBs? Because I got a PB this week on a few different things, but I can't remember from.
What do you mean? Track PBs in the gym?
Yeah, well, that's what motivates me. So like leg press, I've now got it up to 110 kilograms.
Oh, I just remember. I don't track them. I just remember what they
But
are.
as in, like, do you have it all written down? Because like, because my like single arm bench press versus double arm bench press versus like.
Oh no, I don't write that. I don't
lunge
write. You don't. That's
press.
stuff you don't need to write down. That's good for your brain just to remember it.
But
Right.
I would normally only with PBs. I would only count the kind of like like your bench press, squat, deadlift. I
Yeah.
wouldn't think about single arm
Would you
bench
not?
press. I wouldn't probably count as a PB.
Is that the same as? Because I was thinking, am I just unaware in the gym? So whereas like with running, you can have a 3K PB or a 4K PB, but most people are like, no,
Yeah.
this is my 5K PB.
You have your like benchmarks.
Okay, maybe I need to
But I think it's also kind of.
streamline my PBs.
But I guess with running as well, if you're following a training plan, you can track your progress that way.
Yeah.
I think in the gym, a lot of people will go to the gym and just do a workout, and then each week. But I see some people in the gym with a book, and they're kind of writing down each weight they do each week, so they track whether they're increasing the weight.
Oh, I like
Maybe
the
I
idea
should
of
get a
bringing.
book.
It's very old school.
A physical
pen,
book.
a physical
Yeah.
pen, instead
Imagine
of
if you did that
walking
on a
your phone.
run, get to a traffic light. Oh, that was
Write that down. Write that down.
5K. But anyway, how's your running going, Rick?
So last week in the UK has been crazy windy, so no one's been running big PBs. However, Obviously, there was the release of The Last Man on Earth last week.
Yeah.
And I was in Richmond, in McDonald's.
Stop it, and they played it over the channel.
Now,
I'll have a Big Mac, please. I'm the last man on Earth.
Now, just to set the scene, if you're listening internationally, Richmond in southwest London is a very affluent, well-to-do area. I've never seen a McDonald's like the one in Richmond. You can always tell the state of an area by the quality and the people who go to its McDonald's, I always think. So,
Do you get it in like a proper woven bag
yeah,
rather than a little paper one?
Literally, everyone looks like they went to Harrow.
Really?
And everybody just goes to, orders the same thing, 12 chicken McNuggets and, a filet o fish for Olivia. Like, literally, everybody, it's just one of these. But this guy,
and what were you doing
on the
there?
Screen. I was on my way to the rugby. I was at the screen. This guy taps me in the back and just goes, "I'm the last man on earth." No idea. He was just a running channel.
Oh
supporter.
my God.
Yeah.
Also, actually, I wanted to start a copyright claim on Last Man on Earth.
Oh yeah.
I've never listened to the other song, but someone brought it to my attention that there's a Rick Astley song called...
Yes, there is.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, didn't you go see Rick Astley this year?
No, I saw Richard Marx.
Oh.
Yeah,
Similar,
we
but
got a
don't
lot
you
of questions about Richard Marx.
Rick Astley.
Rick Astley.
Yeah.
He played at Glastonbury last year. No, but he's got a song called... I've not seen him, no.
It's called Last Something on Earth.
But it's not Last Man.
No, I think it's like Last Horse on Earth or something. People
Rubbish title.
will be running along. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to Google it just to be annoying. Do you remember back
Last
in the good
Horse
old
on
days
Earth.
when Google didn't exist, and if this was a conversation, you would just never know the answer. So if right now you're listening to this or watching this and you are screaming at me, it's this song, I'm just going to say it's Last Horse on Earth.
Okay, all right. I'm going to have a listen for that next
But you're
week.
running all good?
Yeah, so back in training plan for half marathon. And I tell you what's really noticeable, when you're back in a training plan for a certain distance, a bit like you are at the moment, Owen. So for a half marathon and you're building up, you're back in 10% territory every week, so increasing your mileage by 10%. And you plan for that longer run midweek. If you are just doing a fast, dirty, as Harry from McFly would say, a fast, dirty 5K at the weekend.
What does that mean?
Well, you just want to get out there and just smash out as fast as you can.
Fast, dirty.
Yeah, that's how he described it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would have thought I remember everything Harry John said.
He was just looking into his eyes when he
Maybe
said
I just
that.
glazed over it a bit.
You're not in the shape or mind frame to run a different distance. I turned up on the start line Saturday morning and doing a 5K. I was nowhere near kind of like my PB from a couple of weeks ago, just because now I'm in a training plan for a half marathon. So my legs aren't ready or up for running a PB at the moment. Do you know what I mean? But when I was after doing the
your
half
legs
marathon,
were like, whoo!
ready. I was ready to go.
Show me some
But
speed.
we're just back in it now. So we're a couple of weeks away, aren't we? So
We are.
it's about getting out there and putting the miles in. But yeah, I feel good. Feel good.
Nice. Should we do some
Yes.
would you rathers? Okay, Owen, give us a would you rather.
So, would you rather? So, this is from Adam Campbell-Smith. So, would you rather smash a PB by a large margin and not be able to put it on Strava, or narrowly beat your best and put it on display for the world to see?
Put it on display.
It's got to be on display, I think.
100% put it on display. Because are we allowing... We can't put it on Strava. Am I allowed to tell people about it?
Yeah, I think you can tell, but the Strava community will never know.
Narrowly beat your best and put it on display for the world to see. I would always rather narrowly beat my best if I could put it on Strava or not. This is
Really?
coming from a man who didn't realise that his Strava was hidden to the world until about 3 months ago.
I honestly thought...
Did you tell me?
No, do you remember
Did
the
you tell me?
conversation where I was like, mate, do you
On
actually run? Are you cheating? Because Rick's privacy settings on Strava are so tight. He's so incognito on Strava that you can't see the map. So it
No, you
looks
can't
like,
see
you
the
know,
map,
when someone
no.
does a treadmill run and
Yeah.
it just uploads as like time, distance, whatever. I genuinely, when you walked into the office, mate, I was like, mate, look, be honest with me. Do you actually run or are you cheating? Because we're filming a video with you and we can't fake that. And you were like, no, I do it.
It's just my privacy settings. Yeah. I would always rather kiss a PB.
Yeah.
In any circumstance. That's why a little bit of me was slightly annoyed that I took 30 seconds off my PB last month.
Is that because you think
because
the
it's
next
so
time?
big?
Yeah, because I'm not going to be...
What about the half marathon where you were supposed to run 5 past 2 and you ran 1:53?
Yeah, sorry about that. I've apologised in detail about that. We won't be doing that in...
we won't.
No.
Mainly because I won't be running with you.
You're running with Jess, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm running with Jess.
Yeah. And
Not at her speed.
And I'm running on my own.
You are, with a mic and a camera.
And a camera.
I keep trying to persuade Rick this. Owen, what would you prefer?
I'd definitely rather narrowly beat a PB with it on Strava.
Excellent. We're all narcissists.
Yeah,
then.
we are. I think it's kind of a guilty thing of mine, but as soon as I finish a run and I save it, I'm like, get it on Strava. It's got to go on.
It's also nice to look back on.
And then I get 6 kudos, so it's great.
Yeah.
Do you rename it, Owen?
I sometimes I think I try and think of something funny to say, and then it ends up just being lunch run or afternoon run, and it's just the most boring thing ever.
Well, so you actually rewrite the automatic title?
Well, when I went to the gym on Saturday, I didn't run, so I did a gym workout, a HIIT workout, and
Flex.
I thought I was the coolest person in the world because I put in this like gym wording. There's like buy in, buy out for the rowing and the ski erg. And I thought, I'm so cool. And
what does that mean?
So it's like, I did a kind of a CrossFit workout where you buy into the workout with a cardio exercise like skiing, and then you buy out of that like the workout with another cardio exercise.
Oh God! See, this is why I hate the gym. That is awful.
Oh my God! You've gone back to saying you hate the gym.
No, but is that not just... That is icky. I'm sorry,
yeah.
that is really icky.
I knew I was an ick when I wrote it, but I did it anyway. And then, it's
as long as you weren't like when you were in the gym, you're like, oh, I'm buying into this now. Off we go. I'm going to row.
Why am I reading this one? Aaron Palmer. Would you rather have an unfortunate accident in a race and PB, or visit a Portaloo to prevent any embarrassment to miss out on setting a new personal record?
Absolutely. I'd prefer to poo myself. It's a PB. No. Is it PB? Tom's just said no from behind the camera. Absolutely. This is why you wear dark shorts. This is why you will never see me in a race in a light pair of shorts or leggings, because sometimes it's going to happen and you have to be prepared.
No, it's not. It doesn't have to happen.
So sometimes it does.
Put people off running if you say that. Sometimes it's going to happen. It's never happened to me, and I don't think it will. So don't worry.
I really, really, really sincerely hope it happens to you in Malaga. That would honestly make my day.
Owen.
I think, did you actually see the triathlete who was running and there was someone on a bike and she was like, don't film behind me because I myself.
It is such a beautiful moment. She is literally, it's the cameraman. They are live streaming. It's a high level, like elite athlete. And she literally is just like, please don't film my behind. I've just pooed myself.
I think I'd always go for the Portaloo option.
Yeah.
But then I would try my best to make up that time.
What about if it was weeing yourself?
I think I'd go for that.
Which is actually really difficult to do whilst you're running. Have you ever tried?
Yeah.
No.
Look how uncomfortable he is. Do you want to move on, mate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Rachel Matt. Would you rather fuel during a marathon with spaghetti with or without sauce, or one of those giant 5-pound gummy bears?
You must carry your choice with you.
This is my favourite one, I think.
I've never seen a 5-pound gummy bear. How big is 5 pounds?
Oh, it's enormous.
Yeah.
It's about
Is that like the size of a newborn baby, or is that less? 6 pounds.
It's a bit less.
Yeah, like 6-7 pounds.
It's like a football.
Tricky.
A heavy football.
If I wasn't going for a PB, I'd probably go gummy bear, you know?
Carrying spaghetti.
Where would you put the spaghetti?
Well, if it's pizza, you just put it down your pants, don't you? Took a while.
Yeah.
Took a while.
Still fuming about that.
Yeah.
Spaghetti, where would you store it? Because, you know, so I quite often...
Where would you store it?
I think I'd put it in my soft flask.
Bring a pan.
Yeah, but have you ever like left spaghetti out? So I'm the washer-upper in my household. I don't do the cooking. And quite often we have carbonara. And so I will go to the pan, like maybe an hour and a half after I've had dinner, and start the washing up process. And the water is like, has like a skin over it. And then the spaghetti will go like
You leave it an hour and a half. What you want to do?
Look how fuming
what
it
you
is.
want to do, Sarah?
Yeah.
Straight after, before you even eat, soak the pans.
Yeah.
Bit of washing up liquid, and then
Yeah.
after you've eaten, it's soaked. Easier to wipe it off.
Okay, maybe I should do that. But no, but my point is that I'm assuming we're all having cooked spaghetti in this situation. If you're putting the cooked spaghetti in a container,
Flask.
that is going to be grim
Yeah, that
if you're
is
having
gonna
that
be grim.
plain. So I think you will need some kind of like ragu or sauce to kind of keep it fresh.
I think a gummy bear would be quite nice, actually. Bit of sugar.
Equally though, £5,
It's a heavy.
that's going to
heavy.
get
is heavy.
really like
Really heavy.
hairy
Yeah.
by the end.
Yeah.
Like that is
Yeah.
going to pick up everything.
Yeah.
And it also, if you got to carry something while you're running, it does change your style. I mean, think about when you put a backpack on to run home or run to the station from. It's
Yeah.
I just find anything on my back so uncomfortable to run. Do you like
ever-
running with a backpack?
I run, so training for the ultra, I started wearing a hydration vest, and it's taken me quite a while to get used to
it.
Because it's just odd having that on
Well,
your
Ross
back.
Noble runs with a snake bike kit on him.
Yeah, true. I don't think that's that
important.
heavy.
That's right, yeah.
Should we do one more?
Yeah.
Okay, would you rather this is from Neil Deacon, would you rather A, run 10k pushing all of Andy's kids, or B, run a half marathon after drinking a bottle of Rick's Gabby, or C, run a full marathon listening to Sarah's snarky comments? Neil, me and you are going to fall out.
Well, I'm definitely B.
A half marathon after a bottle of Gabby? A whole bottle of Gabby? Are you sure? Should we test it out in Malaga?
Running drunk
there
has
are
to be...
marathons where you actually get to have a glass of wine like a sip of wine every mile.
Have you done that?
No,
No.
but it's in south of France, I think there's one
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
well.
there's
Is it
Marathon
Marathon
de
de
Medoc.
Medoc? Yeah.
There was someone actually who, in the TRC club, sent in a picture because they did it as a 3-person caterpillar. And I think it was also a wine half marathon.
Oh, really?
And they said it took 4 hours to complete, but that was mainly due to the queues at all of the wine stops.
Stop.
That must have been so annoying, like queuing behind a 3-person caterpillar.
But have you ever run drunk before? It's one of the worst.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
Isn't
you feel like
there
going
a-
nowhere.
Although I am one of these people who does run home.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. Isn't it a thing with
It is a
mainly
thing.
guys that
Yeah.
after a night out you will
You
just run
home.
home?
Yeah, yeah.
I've done it so many times.
Really?
So many
But how
times.
far do you reckon you're running?
I once, believe it or not, ran home from Clapham to North London.
No.
Yeah. I don't know how long it took. Like last week, 2 weekends ago, this kind of jumped back in my head when I was at the rugby in Twickenham. And I said, can't get a cab. I'm just going to run home. only got to Richmond and then I got a cab.
That age will do that to you. I personally think I would do a 10k pushing all of Andy's kids. I mean, obviously I would listen to myself because I don't think I'm that
10k
snarky.
pushing. I mean, I don't think there's one of those, kid units big enough.
Pushing a bus around.
Have you seen it? Have you seen preschools when they have clearly they've collectively decided, because back in the day you used to see preschools where all of the like little 3-year-olds would hold hands and walk along, and then clearly somewhere down the line in London they have gone, that takes far too long, and they literally have like a little mini bus on wheels that they just push
Just
along.
around, yeah.
They're like, we can get to the park much quicker this way.
Well, that's a tricky one.
I think I'd go for the bottle of Gavi.
Yeah.
I think I could do
Good
it.
man. Good
Yeah.
man. Right.
Might just be a lot of
That was
zigzags,
fun.
but you know.
Should
We
we,
need
do
to
some
do this
news?
again.
We should
Yeah.
do some news. If you have any would you rathers, please do email them in to podcast@therunningchannel.com and we will answer some more. We're actually also, just a quick plug for our club, we will be doing an extended episode on Would You Rather. So if you did enjoy that, then the exclusive episode, which you can listen back to, we've got a whole back catalogue where Rick talks about an unfortunate incident with a horse. I talk about the fact that I have a hole in my running underwear,
Oh, yeah.
which I farted a hole in.
My God.
And any other content like that, then please do go check out club.therunningchannel.com. But now let's hear some news.
So we're going to talk about Hannah Leonard's story in the news today and a bit about road safety for runners in general. Now, Hannah was out training for the Dublin Marathon, which took place last month. And we met her auntie at mile 27 earlier on this year, which is the event that we put on in London. And Hannah just finished her law studies. She was out in Sicily on holiday and she was training for this marathon and she was hit by a car. She was flung 15 feet across the road and had enormous amounts of brain surgery to relieve the pressure on her brain. And she's still in ICU, in intensive care in Sicily, after some amazing neurosurgeons worked on her for weeks. And she continues to recover, shows small signs of recovery while in hospital. And people from all over the world have been sending messages to Hannah as she continues her recovery in Sicily. But I just thought it was quite an important moment to kind of talk about running and safety as we go out, because I think sometimes when we are out running, and especially when we're in running groups and running crews and there's big groups of us crossing roads, you can sometimes feel slightly unbeatable because you're in a group and you always feel like somebody else is looking out for you when you cross a road. But actually, when you look at the road safety statistics, so many people who are hurt are not in cars, they are pedestrians. Even in the UK alone, there are 30,000 people killed or in serious accidents with cars every single year. There are 130,000 accidents in total. So I think all of us as runners, we feel unbeatable. We've got adrenaline rushing through our veins. We want to go as fast as we can. We're just going to run across the road. Maybe we don't look as carefully as we would if we were with kids or we were on our own or we were pushing a pram or with older people. Just double take when you are crossing a road, no matter where you are in the road, because a car might not see you. You might be stepping out. Have a look where you're going, and let's all think about that a little bit more.
Yeah, and if you are driving as well, so important to look out, especially in the UK, zebra crossings.
Yeah.
And pelican crossings, but with the lights. Basically, I 100% as a runner definitely get that. I don't know what you describe it. The feeling of like, if there are striped lines on the road, I'm going. The car needs to stop.
Yeah.
But actually, like,
you need to stop and check that they've stopped.
Yeah. And like,
so
as
many
a driver,
times in London, people don't stop.
No, they don't. And like, there is that kind of, oh, well, I'm running, I want to keep up. But it just takes a couple of seconds and it could make
just pause your watch.
Such a big difference.
I mean, I'm so conscious. There's so many pedestrian crossings in pelican crossings, when I drop the baby on the way to nursery. And I would say 50% of the time, people don't stop. You have to wait. The first few cars come out, you have to wait. And I'm that conscious, but that's because I'm pushing a pram.
Yeah.
But maybe when we're out running and it's just us, we don't think about our own safety as much. And just wait for that moment. Pause your watch if you have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I will be pausing my watch.
Yeah,
100%. But we're sending lots of love to Hannah and her family, and we wanted to extend our congratulations to her aunt and cousin Emily, who ran the Dublin Marathon, and they ran 4 hours and 3 minutes, which was Hannah's aunt, and then Emily smashed her first marathon, 19 years old, and she ran 3 hours and 48 minutes, which is absolutely incredible. So. Well, very well done.
Yeah, completely.
I'm wishing Hannah the very best.
Yeah, and there's a
recovery.
GoFundMe page as well for Hannah's story, for Hannah Leonard's story. Right, question time. This one is from Kate J in Sydney in Australia, home of the newest marathon major.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did see a template of the potential new medal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Also, excitingly, Cape Town has passed its first round of assessment. So it's one step closer to also becoming a major.
Do you know people on the changing of the 6 stars to the 8 stars or 9 stars, 9-star medal, it's proper split people. I mean, the comments when we talked about it 2 weeks ago, people were like, yeah, this is great. Oh, it's just money making. Oh, no, you got to fly to Sydney. How bad's that for the planet? There was a lot of people. It wasn't just this is a great thing. People had opinions on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if you look at how long it takes the average person who's got a 6-star medal to get that.
To do it.
Then being told, oh no, you got to get 3 more might make you feel a certain
exactly.
way.
Do you think it's quite kind of fair for runners who probably live in the Southern Hemisphere? Because obviously for them, they're all having to come.
Yeah, it's great. And if you live in, completely.
So it's actually, kind of.
Or if, you double it up and you're out there anyway for work or something. But I can understand why people are frustrated by it. Anyway, Kate J, I recently completed my first marathon and have officially caught the marathon bug. I've signed up for my second one early next year. With Christmas around the corner, I'm curious as to whether there are any fun running gifts or gadgets to get myself or friends and family who are also runners as Christmas presents. Do you guys have any recommendations for running related gifts, both big and small? Sarah, do you remember when we used to do the Christmas gift show a few years ago?
Yeah.
If you're old school to the running channel, you'll remember every year we did like a Christmas giving show.
Oh my God, yeah. It was very wholesome. I felt like it was very...
early days.
It was very... Now we have so much more to offer people in terms of like where you can receive our content, which maybe we've never gone through. So if this is all you consume from the running channel, then we have weekly videos that we put out on YouTube. We have a website, which is where our gift guide will be this year. We have obviously the podcast. We have the club if you want to get even more exclusive behind the scenes content, and we have all of our individual social channels as well. So now we do much more of a like split across lots of different ones. So I think we will be covering gifts a little bit on socials, but definitely on the website.
It's on the website.
But should we go through it now as well?
Yeah, go on.
My top ones, and this is what's on my Christmas list this year. One will be for small gifts, a little bit of reflective gear. I know we were just talking about road safety, but there are some really cool kind of different items that you could get people to make yourself a little bit more seen in the darker evening. So personally, what I really want is you can get a reflective headband, which in the daytime just looks like kind of like a black silvery headband, but then when a car headlight goes on it, it literally lights it up, so you've got a beam the whole way around your head.
Nice.
Which is quite cool. Similarly with like lights or any other kind of little reflective details, I feel like are quite a nice gift, which you might think, oh, I don't want to spend my money on like safety gear, or I want to buy fun stuff. Whereas actually as a present, that's like a really useful thing that people can use. Owen?
I think I would go for socks. I think just because I think with socks, I think I don't want to spend much money on socks. Like they're socks, but actual running socks.
If you get them,
if you get real good running socks, they make such a difference, especially on trails.
Yeah, I never really understood the power of a good running sock until this year.
Until you try it.
Yeah. Until someone bought me a pair.
You know, because they can cost quite a bit. So I think for myself buying it, I feel a bit silly kind of spending that much money on socks. But then if it's a gift, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Rick, anything you want for Christmas?
Why
is that so funny? Running wise?
You know what? I always think the tight and short combination that obviously I've been rocking for a while now. I'm always in the market for a pair of running tights.
Yeah, to be fair, because like that again, it's like an expensive item which isn't like that fun. A running top is far more exciting to buy than like running shorts. One other thing that I would say as well, recovery items. So if you can go big or small,
if you go big, the massage gun. How much are they?
It depends where you go.
There's like a huge difference.
Yeah, there's a big range.
Do they start about £80 and they go up to about 300?
I reckon you could probably pick up a deal for like £50.
Yeah,
really? But yeah, if you're getting the big massage gun, it's going to be like
so good at dealing with little niggles.
Yeah.
A massage gun. I got one this year. They are brilliant. They nip a little problem in the bud a lot quicker than you would otherwise.
And
I'll have to fix it through a physio.
If you're very diligent with a foam roller, then you can obviously like use them in a combination as well. But like if you've only ever used a foam roller and then you start using a massage gun, life changing.
They are super.
But also you can get little balls, we have a bit of a torture device in the office where you like clip it round your leg and go up and down. Which works. You can have a go at that.
In my gym, there's a foam roller and a vibrating foam roller. So it's like
where you sit on it.
I just had a flashback. Do you remember when we were in France for the Olympics? Yeah. Owen went to the gym, but there was no aircon in the gym. It was literally the worst gym. It was 35 degrees every day.
Did you not go at all?
No,
I went to this gym as well. We all because we were all getting day passes to go to the gym, and we all would go, and then we'd like walk out of the gym like, the cool air of 30 degrees.
Cool air of 35 degrees. That just did not look pleasant. Just before we go, Lewis from Basingstoke. I went on my stag do to Basingstoke.
Did you? God, I feel sorry for Basingstoke.
I had to pretend to be French and an artist, and I had to call it Basingstoke the whole night. And if I called it Basingstoke, there was some punishment. Anyway, Lewis from Basingstoke. I just wanted to thank you for making me fall off the treadmill.
Nearly fall off the treadmill.
As I was nearing a half marathon goal pace tempo workout, when I said undercarriage carnage, the potential second single from the Modern Dilemmas EP. EP extended play. We don't do acronyms.
Does anyone know what you're talking about right now? It's literally descended into madness. I'm so sorry, Lewis. What did you mean when you said undercarriage carnage?
That's just the name of the single, the next single.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
what did you think it was? No,
well, I thought that's what the would you rather that we were talking about earlier, where you've like weed yourself during a race.
No.
That would give you some undercarriage carnage, wouldn't it?
A follow up to Last Man on Earth. Owen, thanks for coming on.
No worries.
Yeah, I mean, people got to meet you, the real you.
Yeah.
I think that was lovely. How do you think
now
you did?
you know what the real Owen is like. If you do have any questions for Owen, let us know. We can get him on. We can do 20 questions again. We can grill him until he cracks. Don't you worry. But he will be back behind the camera next week, writing some silly stuff for us to talk about.
Yeah. And here's a good song to play you out.
Oh.
You can wherever you get your music.
Stop trying to get it to the Christmas number one. It's not going to happen. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.